Well, welcome my fellow travelers. Your traveling buddy here, coming today from Palo, Michigan, out in Ionia County. And if you haven't watched my recent video, I went over to Fowler, Michigan and found the grave of Clem Schoen, the Lansing Batman. Well, after he died, another guy took it over, being the Batman, going around doing all the stunts. And his name was Charles Zmuda. And I was having troubles finding, at first where he's buried at. Well, one of my subscribers, Debbie McWaters, thank you very much. She helped me out a lot, and I actually found out where he's buried at. He's buried out here in Palo, Michigan, right out here, the cemetery right behind me. It's a little town right out here in Ionia County. And so let's go find his grave. And I'll tell you the little story. I haven't found too much about him, but we'll at least visit his grave and show it. So travel with me, will you? So this is the little town of Palo, Michigan. Doesn't look very big. It's like one of those little pass-through towns. But look at this church. Look at this church right here, right across from the cemetery. Beautiful. The Baptist church. Palo Baptist Church. Yeah, that's beautiful. But yeah, right over here is the Palo Cemetery. And this is where Zmuda is buried at. Yeah, it's not a very big cemetery. It's about as big as, actually a little bit smaller than the other one. Looks like there's some old, look at the pedestal ones over there. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I found he's buried out here somewhere, and I'm going to visit his grave. Look at some of these pedestal ones. These things are huge. This is, who is this? Reverend John Van Vlock, born February 1818, died July 1880. Jan, wife of John Van Vlock. She was born 1817 and died September 1857. Wow. That's a reverend. Well, here's another one. Same name. Van Vlock. Must be the whole family here. Look at this one. This is, oh, you hear a rooster. Yeah, we're out in the countryside, trust me. Passing farms around here. This is Matthew Van Vlock, born 1794, died 1880. Deborah, wife, of Matthew Van Vlock, born 1797, died 1887. Wow, that's an old one. And there's like a figure on top. Actually, it's just a pot with a cloak around it. Yeah, this is definitely an old cemetery. Look at this one. I can't even read it. This is an old cemetery. Oh, look, here we go again, just like in the last one. There's a grave. And then somebody's got their statue of a dog right by it. Robert L. Fitzgerald, U.S. Marine Corps, World War II. July 13th, 1923. December 9th, 2003. Wow, that's cool. I like that stone. Well, I salute you. Thank you for your service. Yeah, that must be the actual main family around here, because there's another Van Vleck right there. A lot of Van Vlecks out here. I mean, even that little one right in front of that one there says Van Vleck. There's another one that's a Hamilton Steel, Michigan PFC SVC battery, 782 fan bin, World War II. Born August 22nd, 1907 to August 15th, 1970. Well, I salute you and thank you for your service. There's another one. Myron Deerwood Wiggins, U.S. Army, World War II. Born January 17th, 1921 to November 29th, 1993. That's when he died, 1993. Well, thank you for your service, Byron. Rest in peace. I love the stuff they have all around them. Somebody's definitely remembered him. The wind chime on there. There's another little stone right here. Irene Wiggins Brown. Here's one I have, the new one here called Ronald Township, Fire Chief, October 1992 to December 1994. He was a fire chief. What was his name? Fisher. Well, I thank you for your service, sir, and I salute you. They deserve to be honored too. There's another one right next to the fire chief, Ernest J. Dalton, Private U.S. Army, World War II, November 7th, 1928. That's when he was born, and January 19th, 1987 is when he died. Dalton. Well, I salute you and thank you for your service. This one's cool. It's right next to the fire chief right there. Sidney Charles Fisher, and he has a guitar on his grave. Oh, how we cried the day you left us and gathered around your grave to grieve. Wish I could see the angels' faces when they hear your sweet voice sing. Must have been a singer. Died in 2013. Oh, this one's pretty. Look at this. He must have liked riding motorcycles. You can see that good. There's a motorcycle right there. There's a church. Horses over here. Kenneth L. 1937 to 1999. Gald. I think it's his name. That's pretty. I like that. This one's interesting. Linda Marie Rowe, May 11th, 1948. Died September 27th, 2016. And I think she was a judge. See the gavel? There's a picture of a kitty cat. Linda M. Litchfield, Grand Marsh, GLEA of Michigan, 2001 to 2002. So was she a judge? I don't know. It's interesting. They even have the Michigan symbol on there. Like I said, you can tell we're in farm country. Look at this farm right here. Look at cows. There's cows right next to this cemetery. Okay, now this is a weird coincidence. If you watched my other video on Sean, I ran across a stone in their cemetery that was basically a big rock. And if that isn't the same kind of looking rock, yeah, same kind of thing. That's a weird coincidence that both cemeteries where the Michigan or Lansing Batman is buried at has a stone like that. That's interesting. See, I'm one to believe in weird coincidences. I mean, like in my last one, I was looking for Sean and I ran into that lady that lives in this childhood home. I was like, that was just weird. I'm out there looking for the original Lansing Batman and I run into the lady that lives in this childhood home. That's a weird coincidence. And now to see the stone that's almost like the one I saw in that cemetery, that's a weird coincidence. Ooh, look at that. There's a black cat right over there. He's running over there. Kind of frightened me a little bit. I saw him out of the corner of my eye. These are kind of sad. Look at, these are people that don't have headstones, but the funeral home has their little marker things here. This is Olin Beach, 1906 to 1908. Ione Beach, 1904 to 1904. Oh wow, that was a baby. It's hard to believe with a small cemetery like this, it's hard to find. But of course there's a lot of headstones out here. Then you got the dogs over here. People's dogs over here. People are right next door. I could never live next to a cemetery. I don't know about you. Me? No. I like exploring them, but I could never live next to one. But he's out here somewhere. I know what his stone looks like. It's kind of all these brown ones, kind of like this. But that's not it. Oh, this one's kind of cool. I like that scenery. Must have been a farmer. Here we have another firefighter. This is a firefighter grave, but it's kind of weird. Look at the headstone. There's a house on it. Was that his house? February 25th, 1942 to June 30th, 2015. It's kind of interesting. Wonder if that was his house. Well, I salute you, sir. Thank you for your service. Oh, look at this. Look at this. There's an elephant. I don't know if this is that. Yeah, there is a funeral plot thing right there. Look at, there's a frog. Little baby. I wonder if that's a baby grave. But look at the elephant. Oh, there's a little duck too. I just noticed a little ducky. This must be the baby grave. Can't really read the actual thing. Okay guys, this is kind of another weird coincidence. What was the name of the cemetery, or the town where the original Batman was? It was a town named Fowler. Look at this grave I just found. The name is Fowler. I know there's a lot of Fowlers out there, but yeah, that's kind of another weird coincidences. Check out this grave. This is interesting. It's in between these bushes. Oh look, yeah, there's one back in between these bushes. That's kind of interesting. And I tell you what, it's nice today, but you know, we're not getting rain, but we got the bugs today. Yeah, still, I would rather be doing this than working. Okay guys, I found him. Here he is. Here is the second Lansing or Michigan Batman. Zmuda. Yep, right there. Charles F. 1914 to 1959. That is the second Lansing Batman. Or Birdman, if you want to call it. Because I said the video I saw of the other one, for some reason they were calling him the Birdman. But all the articles I've ever seen, he was called the Batman. And he's the one that took over for Sean when he passed away. And he did it for years. Now, I haven't found much information about him except that he did retire from doing the stunts and became an American airline pilot, and he passed away in Palo, Illinois. But for some reason maybe he has family here. Actually, yeah. Let's see, this is probably his mother, Mary Zmuda Stitzer. Frank Zmuda, that must have been his father. He died in 37, she died in 62. And he didn't die much longer after his mother, because she died in 62 and he died in 59. He died of a heart attack. And I think he was only 44 years old when he passed away. So that's the only information I could find. I couldn't find any videos either. I looked. The only videos I could find was about Sean doing his stunt. I didn't find any videos on him doing his stunt. If anybody knows where to find some of the videos, I'd like to see. Like I said, he died in 59, so there possibly could be videos out there. And this was his wife, Alta, 1915 to 2001. So there he is. I said that's all the information I could find on him. But there is one other person's grave I'm going to visit, not here, but somewhere else. Is the guy they flew through the air circus that he had. So I'm gonna drive back, and the other guy is back in the Lansing area. So I gotta drive back there. All right, travelers, I've come here to the Chapel Hills Gardens Cemetery in DeWitt, Michigan. And obviously that's kind of, there you goes, a coincidence right there. There's a plane flying right over. Right there. I'm here to visit a pilot. And there's a plane right there, because right over there is Capital Regional Airport. Right over there. And he's buried out here. This is where Major Arthur J. Davis is buried at. He ran the flying circus that the Batman worked in. He was a stunt. It was like a barnstormer stunt flyer. And he's buried out here. So let's go find his grave. Now this one could be a little bit more difficult to find, but they say he's in a section called the Last Supper section. This is a big cemetery. I even have an uncle and aunt that's buried out here, and some actually friends that are buried, friends of the family that are buried out here too. See what I mean? Right there is the airport right there. And The cemetery is right here. Okay guys, I found the section. This took me a minute to find it because I figured it out what they do. They don't have a name. Said it's in the he's buried in the what do you call it, the Last Supper section. And on this wall, if you look on the other side of this wall, which I'm thinking it's on the other side here, is a big thing of the Last Supper. See on the other side, and God's loving care, and you see up there the Last Supper up on that, carved in that wall right there. So he is supposed to be somewhere right here. Well, I have to admit guys, I mean, I'm not giving up yet, but I said this is the right section. But I've been walking back and forth. I don't know if I'm going to actually find his grave. But if I don't, I'm still going to tell his story. Because there's one other stop I want to take before I end this video. But I'm not giving up yet. He's out here somewhere in this section. I'll say this is like one of those, what's making it even harder is one of those cemeteries where they don't have you know, like the bigger headstones. There is sections like way back that have different headstones, but look, most of these are these little brown ones like that. There's no stand-up ones or where you can have special ones, I guess. I don't know their rules here, but how you know what your tombstone is supposed to be. I mean, because some of them do look different, like this one. That one's a little bit bigger, but it's still like a flat stone, or not even a stone. I think that's copper or something. So most of these are like copper. So it might be a little bit hard to find, harder than I thought to find them. I mean, there's no, on the Find a Grave, there's no GPS for them either. So that's what's making it harder. I mean, I know the section he's buried in, but unfortunately I don't have the rest of the day like I did earlier. You know, it's gonna get late, sun's starting to come down, and I got one more stop to make. Alright guys, unfortunately it's getting a little bit harder to find them than I thought. So with all these flat stones, they all look alike except for the names. It's going to take me forever to find them. So what I'm going to do, I'll do a screenshot of what his stone looked like, and then, you know, tell you his story while I head over to my next stop.
Arthur J. Davis was a World War I pilot who became one of the most highly decorated stunt aviators and barnstormers of his time. His plane was christened the Spirit of East Lansing. The East Lansing Davis Airport is named in his honor. This opened the airport and then located 2.5 miles north of East Lansing at the location of Chandler's Marsh. One of the earliest records of the airport is from November 1954. Milwaukee section chart, which was dedicated Davis Airport as having a 2,100 feet unpaved runway. The airport was managed by Dale H. Sharon for many years, who A close friend of Art Davis, Dale Chern, managed the airport until his death in 1976. The airport was the home of many local pilots for years. Many pilots learned to fly at the airport under the instruction of Harold D. Coakley, who became a flight instructor upon the close of World War II after serving in the Army Corps. Art Davis was an original barnstorming pilot prior to the war, and a few who had the opportunity to fly with Art in the taper wing Waco F Series biplane in the year following the war cherish those special memories.
Alright, fellow travelers. I'm standing in front of these apartments that are over here on a road called Chandler Road. Now, if you remember in my biography of him, the airport that was named after him was Davis Airport. And I started looking it up after I started reading his bio, where exactly that airport was. And in my estimation, they said there was apartments on that property now. And I believe this is it. These are the apartments. This is where the Davis International Airport was. Right here. It's crazy. That where all these are, there used to be planes, and think about it, that Batman guy probably did his stunts right above here. And this ain't too far from where I live. It's crazy. Came to the end right here. This is the end of the road. So right there's the apartments. And there's a big field right here. Now, if you remember right, and they said it in the bio, that it was an unpaved airport. So this could have been. Don't quote me on it. I'm not saying this was, but I have a feeling this was where the Davis Airport was. I wish there should have been. They should have a historical marker out there for this, because this was the first airport before the Capital Regional Airport. You know, I'm thinking it was out here somewhere. I'm not going over there because there is a barrier here. There is signs. There's talking about no trespassing. So I'm not going to go back there. But I have a funny feeling that's where the airport was. Alright, my fellow travelers, that's going to be about it for this little adventure to find the second Lansing Batman, and also find the well, fortunately I didn't find his grave. So there were so many stones out there that looked just like his. It would take me forever to find it, but at least I got able to tell you his story of Major Arthur J. Davis. And like I said, don't quote me on it, but I believe this is where the Davis Airport was. And just think about it. He started this airport, and I bet you the Lansing Batman probably started doing his stunts right up here. That's my feeling. I have a funny feeling this is where he started doing it. He probably created the suit here and just started jumping from here. That's my thought. I mean, because they said the name of the airport was on Marsh Road, Chandler Marsh Road, and this road is called Chandler. And actually up the road is where they have more apartments called Chandler's Crossing. So my feeling is this is where the Davis Airport was. And like I said, it's sad that they don't have a historical marker for him. Maybe someday, maybe somebody will remember him. Because as I said, this is where the flying circus probably started. You know, I said all these guys. There's not very much said about them. Like Zmuda, I looked up as much as I could. The only thing I could find about Zmuda was that after he retired from doing the jumping, the Batman thing, he became an American airline pilot, and he died in Palo, Illinois. And you know, that's all I could find about him. Nothing more. You know, even the Salo, the first guy, you know, there wasn't very much in his bio about him, except for those little videos. Sad, I wasn't able to find any videos of Davis doing any of his barnstorming stunts. You know, and if anybody out there knows of any videos, let me know, because I'd like to see them. I mean, this guy needs to be remembered. The Lansing Batmans need to be remembered. Like I said, I call him the Batman because that's all the articles I ever see is called the Batman. I'm getting chattered at. But you know, but the little videos are saying Birdman. I guess you can call it, you make your decision. Is it the Batman or the Birdman? To me, he's always going to be the Lansing Batman. Or you can call him the Michigan Batman or Birdman. You know, it's your choice. Like I said, there's not very many videos or articles about him, as far as I know. I did hear there is some books or something in the library downtown. I might go and look them up to see what, you know, information's in there. Maybe I'll do an update on this. But I'm rambling. And it's getting late. I'm gonna go home, get something to eat, and get ready to edit these videos that I just made today. Because it's been a great day. I've had a great day. The weather was beautiful, and got to do a lot of exploring. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Share me out. Share me on all your social media. Tell your friends, tell your family about me, so I can continue traveling and showing you cool places like this and telling stories about cool people like the Batman, all them. Also, leave me a comment. Any comments appreciated. Any ideas for me to do, let me know. I just might show up and do it. So until next time, my fellow travelers, I'll see you around the mitten.